Southeastern Conference Whip Around, sponsored by AT&T.
It's the Super Bowl of the SEC regular season, as Alabama and LSU will go at it once again with much on the line. Both teams have outstanding defenses and two of the nation's top backs in Leonard Fournette and Derrick Henry. But the question is this, with the game on the line, who do you trust, Brandon Harris or Jake Coker? Consider this, Coker, 11 touchdown passes, 7 interceptions. Brandon Harris, 9 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions on the year.
The safest bet in all of college football right now is Florida coach Jim McElwain winning SEC Coach of the Year. Just an amazing coaching job by McElwain to put Florida in position this week to clinch the SEC East title against Vanderbilt, despite losing Will Greer, their quarterback, after he tested positive for PEDs. And of course, their defense, a top 20 national unit, they are going to determine whether the Gators can win out and get in the conversation for the college football playoff.
Auburn travels to Texas A&M this weekend with fans here on the Plains asking, can it really get any worse? And unfortunately, the answer is yes, it can. The reason is injuries. Let's start with starting quarterback Sean White, who injured his left knee 2 weeks ago, wore a brace on that knee again, a loss against Ole Miss, but may miss valuable practice time this week if that knee swells up like it did the previous week. And then there's the defense, which gave up 550-plus yards to Ole Miss. Even though Carl Lawson returned earlier than expected from a severe hip injury he suffered in the first half of the season opener against Louisville in Atlanta.
A meeting of two programs that are both sort of reeling right now. Kentucky has had some opportunities at home to get big victories. They have not done it. Georgia, they are absolutely reeling right now, and a lot of talk bubbling about the future of coach Mark Richt. But the more immediate concern for Georgia is just getting their offense on track. You expected them to take a step back without Nick Chubb. Still, they just cannot generate any points. So a lot of mystery right now. How is Georgia going to right this ship and build some positive momentum toward the finish?
Rarely is South Carolina wide receiver Pharaoh Cooper a non-factor in a game, but fans might want to keep an especially close eye on him on Saturday when Tennessee plays South Carolina. A season ago against the Vols, Cooper hauled in 233 receiving yards, setting a career high. One thing the Gamecocks hope will be different from that 2014 game, though, is the outcome. The Vols came back from a 14-point deficit with 5 minutes left in the game to complete a stunning comeback.
Last year, Arkansas physically mashed the Rebels in Fayetteville, but this time is probably going to be a little bit different. Ole Miss is actually playing pretty well right now. They lost that game to Memphis a couple weeks ago, but ever since then, things seem to be going in a positive direction. And the biggest thing for Ole Miss right now, they've got something to play for. If they win out, they are going to win the SEC West. That is a lot of motivation for them in a big home game against the Razorbacks.
Southeastern Conference Whip Around, sponsored by AT&T.